Alright, today I got in the Novostella lights. They're around $70 and two come in a box. So these connect to Wi-Fi and you can access them with Alexa, Google Assistant, but I don't really care about all that because my stuff is already on a timer in the yard, so I don't need the ability to have these go on and off at a certain time. So I'm just going to be cutting the power to them. But I do like the app. So these are outdoor rated, can't hardly see, IP66. Alright, let's take a look. I'm not really going to go over how to pair them to your app. There's plenty of channels that cover that. I'm mostly going to focus on using them for haunting and how I got them set up in my yard. So let's take a look at the app. Alright, let's go to Smart Life. You can barely make out what this is, but I have each one labeled. I have 4 of them. Floodlight 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's see. Well, they have this labeled as, oop, it's already flashing. I have this labeled as 3, so let's get that. Floodlight 3. Now, one thing I like about these, you can get these for probably half the price. I don't connect to an app and Wi-Fi, and they come with a little remote, and you can choose your colors and everything. This has some added functionality. I'm also going to use these for Christmas. So let's try the Dazzle mode. This is how you can flip colors. So it alternates red, green, blue. So I just want this to be Christmassy. I'll delete the blue. Bam. I have it set to flash. And you can choose your speed. And let's take a look now. Alright. Hit submit. And there it is. Flashing green and red, all ready for Christmas. It's pretty sweet. Alright, and of course you can just go straight color. Choose your color. Choose your brightness. Choose your saturation. Or just white. Warm, cool, your choice. Yeah. You can see the antenna. The only weird thing is if you want to mount these flush on the ground on a board, you can't really do that. Let me get some light on the subject here. You can see how the power line comes out the bottom and the antenna is at the top. So this part right here doesn't really swing all the way down without hitting the power cord. So it's not going to sit up and be mounted to a board flat. So you have to have it just a little bit at an up angle, which is no big deal. I have in my yard, I have a lot of them up higher, or well, 1 or 2 of them up a little higher and aiming down. So that's fine. Yeah, but now I'm going to go into how I'm getting these Wi-Fi to the yard, because, you know, not everyone has good Wi-Fi in their yard and may not be able to make use of the Wi-Fi, so don't spend the money. Just get the cheaper ones with the remote. I'm not sure how that works when you have multiple sets. There was 2 in the box here, and I can add up to as many as I want with this type of device, with this type of system, easily. Now, how the ones work with the remote, if you have a remote for each one, or the remote, and then how do you aim it so you're only controlling one at a time if you want multiple different colors. You got to unplug one, plug up the other. Seems like kind of a hassle, but it may be what works best for you. So let's take a look at the Wi-Fi setup. So whoop-de-doo, the lights are 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, right? So how on earth do I get that to my yard? I mean, who has good internet in their yard? So my suggestion is the Unify AP Pro. This one is the light, but it looks just like this. The AP Pro is partially weatherproof as well. But you could, in a pinch, you could just run a line to it. These are power over Ethernet. So as you can see, there's no power plugged up to this at all. No AC adapter. The power and the data comes over the Ethernet line. I personally just have a power over Ethernet switch. This sends power and data to this. Or you can get just a simple, this isn't one, but just a simple power over Ethernet little adapter, a power inserter, so you can plug it in here next to your switch and insert the power into the data line. So once you run this line up into your attic, you can then take this and, if you want, just throw it like a frisbee to the corner of your attic. Just throw it. And now you have Wi-Fi access on the outside. Or you can drill a little hole and run the line and mount this up underneath the eave of your house if you want to keep it out of the weather. And that'll get you Wi-Fi in the yard. And these are, I mean, the best I've seen. And the AC Pro maybe runs, maybe it's $100 bucks. I don't remember, 120 maybe. So yeah, it's just a pure Wi-Fi access point. But how I do it is a little bit different. I was pretty fortunate to already have a line run, so I'll show you that. So here's my front door. I have a little Ring doorbell, and one way it gets its Wi-Fi is I was fortunate enough, when this is a new home, they built it with a little jack right here with Ethernet run to it for a security camera. But instead of a security camera, I decided to put a Unify Ubiquity access point. So it looks like a jack, and there are 2 jacks in there for data, but it's also a 2.4 only gigahertz. It's an older model. I don't even think you can buy those anymore. The newer ones do 2.4 and 5. But since the lights only work on 2.4, that's all I need. This is enough to service my relatively small front yard, gets access to my car, access to my doorbell. Some people complain about flaky connection to their doorbell because it's on the other side of their wall. But I have good access all throughout my yard. So let's take a look at the yard. So here's my lights. You can see 1, 2, 3. And on the other side I have my 4th hooked up, green one right here. And of course I can choose whatever color. It'll look even better whenever I have the fog machine going on Halloween. But yeah, let's see. Let me go ahead and start changing color. Change that to purple, or green, or red. I'm liking the blue, and I can even decide how bright I want it to be and the color saturation. This one I found, this green one was a little bit too bright, so let me go have this set up for as floodlight 2. It was a little too bright at 100%. A little harsh. So it brought it down to about 50%. Yeah, this is going to look really sharp on Halloween night when I have the fog going. Yeah, I even got them mounted up. Happy Halloween, everybody. What do we have here? An exit light behind my bed? Uh-oh.